Hello. Okay. I might have wound them up a little bit. Hi, everyone. Okay, relax. Hey, everyone. It's Rita from It's Rita to the Rescue and my little barky dogs there. I hope everybody is well. And I guess it's good that the dogs bark today because I wanted to do something for the cat moms out there today. So I think some people think just because the dogs are here all the time and that I made a mug for my dog, or saying that I'm not just a dog mom, or not just a mom, I'm a dog mom, that I didn't. Penny, this is your cat. I don't know if you can see it, but this is your cat picture. So, I thought that I would do, since it's Mother's Day coming, I thought I would do a cat mom mug that works with both Infusible Ink and sublimation because it has a photo on it. And I want to show you how I put this together. And then I'm actually going to press a couple of mugs. And Penny, I'm going to do your cat and I'm going to do my cat, which is Frank. And I'm just hoping that my mug press is heating up correctly because it's flashing. I'm not really sure why it's flashing like that. I don't remember it flashing when I was heating up. So, Groupies. All right. So not really sure what's going on. And I do hope it doesn't feel like it's, oh my goodness. Everything this week has gone wrong. Everything. I didn't, Shirley, but you know what? We might have to pivot because I don't know that my mug press is working right. I've got a flashing orange. I just turned it on and I got a flashing orange light and it does not seem to be heating up. So, oh darn it. Well, you know what we'll do is we'll go over this. I might not get to press a mug for you, which would be good if you sent me a picture. So yesterday I asked you to send me pictures if you had them of your cats. And Penny was the first one that sent me a picture. So I decided to use that and I used a picture of Frankie. So I'm not really super pleased with the fact that my mug press is flashing. I'm going to have to tell Cricut, but everything that could have gone wrong this week with Cricut went wrong, but I'm still smiling. I'm still laughing. I'm working with some Cricut folks on trying to resolve it. I had problems with my print and cut. I had problems with uploading, design, like digital paper, and now this mug press. And so I don't know. I should just stick to the paper cutting, I guess. But I will get to the bottom of it. So we can do this with the mug thing. Also, I wanted to ask because I totally spaced on this, but one person had asked me for I think for a picture, their pictures and on the sublimation printer. So, so if that sounds like you, let me know. Okay. I think I might have to unplug it. You're right. Very weird. Okay. I'm going to unplug it from the back and try that. See if that does anything. No, I'm going to leave it unplugged for a little bit. See what happens. Okay, so let's talk about Infusible Ink and also sublimation printing for mugs. And let me show you what I've come up with. So I kind of got sort of tired of going and finding mugs to start off the project with. So I decided, and I'm going to show you what I would normally do if I was going to design a mug, I'd go to projects and I'd type in mug, and then I'd go to this mug design setup, and I would choose one of these. So there's both the small and the large, so 12 ounce, 15 ounce, right? And you could choose a straight edge, a ripped edge, a scalloped edge, wavy, or a zigzag edge. So you had 10 choices, really 5, if you exclude the the size issue, right? So I decided that I was going to figure out really what this small straight edge size was. So I didn't have to come here anymore. So I wanted to have it this size, right? So in order to do that, I chose small straight edge, and I hit customize, because that's the only thing you can do. And so when I came here, all I did was measure the size of the, if it's coming here. Okay, here we go. So this is just like a basic blank mug. And so what I did was I just measured this square. I got rid of this stuff. I really didn't need it. And I measured this square, and it comes out to be a width of 8 3/4 or 8.75. That's the width. And then 3.8 is the height. But if you want the large size, the only thing that changes is the height. So for large, it's 8.75 width, same as the small. But it's, sorry guys, it's 4.25 inch height. So there's a difference between small and large, and that is in the height and not the width. The width is 8.75 by 3.8 if it's small, 4.25 if it's large. And if you're somebody who doesn't remember, write it down like I did. Okay, so let me go back to, I don't want this anymore, so I need to go to my projects, and I can come back and show you exactly what I did. Here we go. And I'm going to replace it. All right. So I started off with a shape. Okay. So let me move these so you can see what I did. And I will give you this file if I can. I might not be able to because there are pictures in it, but I might be able to take the pictures out. You can't share files that have exclusive content, and pictures are considered exclusive content. Okay, so I added a shape. This is to start with. I made a square. And the first thing I did was change the color because I hate working with black. So I could just pick any old color. It doesn't really much matter. Then I unlock it, right? And up here where it says width, I am going to put in 8.75. Okay. And then where it says height, because I'm working with small mugs, I'm going to use 3.8 inches tall. Okay, height is 3.8 and width is 8.75. This is a small mug. Okay, so this becomes the area that I can play in. And if you think about it in this way, this yellow represents the infusible ink that I'm going to cut. Okay, so then I thought, all right, let's upload a photo. So here's what I did. So somebody sent me a photo, Penny, right? See this photo? And let me get down here so you can see. And then I also uploaded this photo of my sleeping cat, Frankie, and I pulled them in. Now to upload, it's very similar to what you do when you're doing an SVG. You're going to go to upload a file and browse. And the file needs to be in like a JPEG or a PNG, that sort of look, okay? So I went to my photos, and my photos take forever to show up, but I went looking because I have like 6,000 of them. So I went looking for photos of Frankie. And then once I did, I just clicked on it. So let me just, anything that shows up, we'll just click on so you can see how we do it. I'm starting to feel like I have growing pains. Like I need to get better equipment. So I can. All right. So here's a picture of my dog, Queen Bee. All right. And you see it's a JPEG. So we're going to open this. And it doesn't really matter what you choose here as far as image type because it's going to be a print then cut. We hit continue. And you see, here's the picture, and this is where we can make any edits or like select anything. I think it's fine, so I'm going to hit continue. And I have this choice between cut image, which is just a cutout, right? Which works for SVGs, or I have print and cut. So print and cut is what I'm going to choose because I want to be able to cut this on my sublimation printer, okay? So I hit upload. And once it's uploaded, I can bring it into any file that I want. So there is my Queen Bee picture, right? And also the Penny's cat, which I don't know the name of, and my cat, Frank. So I can choose multiple files here. And we're going to hit insert images. Now, when they come in huge sometimes, and that's okay. You just need to make it, what's not good? What's not good, Donna? All right. So see this, see what happens. My pictures are huge, so you need to make them smaller, and I just shrink the canvas down so that I can kind of work with them. So here is Penny's cat, here's my dog, which is actually about the size that I want this, or you can just go like this and make it smaller. And it's okay that it looks small because remember my screen is on 25%. Okay. So here's my dog. Here's Frank. It's still kind of big. Let's make it a little smaller. And there's Penny's cat. Okay. So I think you have to look at the picture now for Frank and for Bee. I think having an oval that's like short, an oval that's not too tall, a flattened oval, kind of a flattened oval, versus Penny's cat, which I think would be a nice oval, but a thinner oval, if that makes sense. So I'm going to insert some shapes, and so I'm going to insert 3 circles. Okay, so here are 1, 2, 3. And let's start with Penny's cat one, okay? So here's the shape. And if you can see what I mean, like the picture is longer than it is wide. So I am going to unlock this, and I'm going to sort of start to make this be like longer. And that's where I got my oval from. Now, do be careful here because you can't have it be bigger than the 3.8, right? So are you going to need to either make the picture smaller so that it fits in the oval, or make the oval smaller. And so you're going to have to fiddle with that a little bit. But that's something that if you have ever done scrapbooking, this is something that it's kind of easy to do, and I still have to do a little bit more here, but once I get it to the place where I want to get the entire cat and his ears in there, and I think that might be good. It's still a little big, so let's just make it a little smaller. Here we go. All right. Just want to make sure I have the proper thing. So once I get this on here, this seems like a good size. So I am going to then take both the oval and the picture, and I am going to slice the oval out of the picture. Okay. So what that does is this there's not much left for this picture, but it does give us a beautiful little oval of her cat. Isn't that adorable? So we want to put this cat onto here. So we need to make a cut in our infusible ink. So save the oval that you cut out because it's the exact same size, okay? So save the oval that you cut out, and we're going to figure out where we want to put this, oval. I like it here. And then when I was thinking about where do I want the picture to show up, do I want the picture to be out or in? I thought facing out, and then the sentiment on this side, but we could do it either way, okay? So if you want your picture to be facing you when you're drinking your mug and you're right-handed, this is what you think of, okay? You think of these things. So you can move it here or here. And remember, it needs to be within that 3.8 height, because we're doing a small mug. If we do a larger mug, we can make the picture larger, if that makes sense. All right. So we're going to we're going to take and put aside our picture, and we're going to place the circle where we want it to be. So this looks good to me. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to slice again. So by slicing again, I have created like a frame. See that? A frame inside of my infusible ink. So I'm going to put the kitty cat in that frame. Following me? Now I want to have something cute like this. Arrange, send to the front. Okay, I want to have something cute like this, cat mom. So there are a gazillion of these in Design Space. Maybe not a gazillion, but there are a lot of them in Design Space. And so let's go there. So we go to images, and we can let's just type in cat mom and see what we get out of the nearly 200,000 images that are in Design Space. So there's a couple. There's this one, cat mom, with the mom over it. There's cat mom here with an actual shape of a cat. And then there are these two that I liked. I also like this best cat mom. I'm going to bring this in because I want to show you something about this, okay? So we've got cat mom and best cat mom. We already have the cat mom in there. Busy being a cat mom, rocking the cat mom life. All of these things would be great on a mug. Oh, look at this. Wife, mother, cat lover. So it's up to you what you choose. You just pick your picture, pick your images. I will say that this image where it says cat mom is going to be difficult because we're doing infusible ink, and that could be problematic. So I'm probably going to stay away from that one, and I'm going to insert them into Design Space. And here we go. So let's separate them out. Now, these two are pretty simple. This one is all one color. So that's going to work out really, really well. This one has actually two colors, black, and then the paws are gray. So if we want, that means that there's two layers, right? There's two color layers here. So if we want to use infusible ink, we only need one layer. So we're going to weld this. And by welding it, they all turn, the paw prints go from gray to black, and that makes it a lot easier for us to use on infusible ink. Now, an image like this is great. However, it won't work with infusible ink, or it won't work that well. And that's because you have the cutout of the paw, you see, and then you have this best cat mom, and that's like a negative space cutout, which is not going to work on our design because we have Infusible ink. Now, if we didn't have Infusible ink on the background, this would work out fine. We could cut it out of Infusible ink and then weed it out. But if you wanted to keep with this whole, like, I want to color the entire mug with Infusible ink, then you have to invert the image. So what I would do is add a shape, maybe a triangle, because I'm going to take the paw print right on out of this, okay? And this is how I would do it. I take a triangle and sort of size it so that it covers my entire saying of best cat mom, okay? Like this. And then I would slice the two. And hopefully, yes, hopefully what happens is we end up without the paw prints. You could do this a couple of different ways. And actually, I'm going to bring this back. Okay, you could do this a couple different ways. So it's still not inverted, but it will make it easier for us to do a square shape, and then the square shape goes over this, and then we slice it. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. Sorry, guys. I should have made this shape. Let me go back. I love the undo button. It's so much fun. I think I'm going to, instead of doing a square shape, I'm going to do the triangle again. And I'm going to keep the triangle. I'm going to try to keep the triangle within the, within that shape. Right? Am I doing this right? I think this is what I would do, but this is my brain. Let me see. I did it before, so I know that this is how I did it. See this one? Best cat mom. So I did do it. This is what I did. All right, I'm just going to flip to this, okay? So here's the best cat mom, and then I cut out the best cat mom from there. How did I do that? I'm not trying to remember how I did it. I think I did it using these things, but need to be a little more patient with it. So you'll do it better than me, you know, but if you want to invert a thing, you can do that. I personally kind of like this rockin' the cat mom life, so I think I'll do that one for the next one. And so I'm just going to take it and put it where I want to, opposite of my my oval, okay? And I'm going to put it where I want it, and then I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to slice. And then here we go. Here are the things that are left from the slicing. Remember, slicing is kind of like cutting cookie dough with a cutter. You're going to press that cutter down into the dough, and what's left is you have the cutter left, the dough around it, and also the actual cutout. And so that's what you get. You get like 3 cutouts there. All right. But this is the one we're focused on, this rockin' the cat mom life. And we're going to be using this image here of Penny's cat. So here at this point, I have a complete mug that I think this is what I want to do. There are a few variations that you could do for sure. One is you could put like some lettering in there, like if you want to put the name of the cat or something, or if you wanted to put like Happy Mother's Day or whatever, if this is a gift, you could write on here, and let me show you how you would do that. So you just add text, and let's just say, maybe we'll just put Penny's name, okay? And so here it is. I added a text, and here's Penny, but I want it to be in writing. So I'm going to go up here to fonts, and I'm going to choose a writing font. Now you can find out a writing font by just going up and down here and look for writing, or you can go to filter up at the top and you can choose writing. Once you choose that, you can just choose whichever one's left. It just filters out all the ones you won't be able to do. So let's just choose any old thing. We're going to choose this one. It says penny. Okay. And I could put, let's say I wanted to put it like this way. That would look kind of cute. I would unlock it maybe and make it like this. I could even make this a cut, but I just wanted to show you how you would add some writing to it. Okay, so let's try this. This one here is Penny and her cat and rocking the cat mom life. Okay, so I'm going to put it where I want it and I like it there. Okay, so the next thing, oops. The next thing I have to do is I have to attach the lettering to my, I'm going to hide this stuff, but I have to attach the lettering to my Infusible ink to my background, okay? Because otherwise it will just be on a separate mat. That's just standard stuff. I just want to make sure I'm just isolating. Whoop, nope, don't want to do that. Just isolating some of these things. Okay, so I took away the picture because I don't want to attach the picture. Okay, yes, and you would use Infusible ink pens on this. Okay, so we're going to select all of this and we're going to hit attach. Okay, so then we are about ready to make this on our Cricut. So let's just go ahead and hit make it so you can see. Is everybody with me? Because there are some things. It's a little confusing, but this is maybe a little bit more advanced or whatever. Now, remember with Infusible ink, everything needs to be mirrored. So you're going to go over here with this toggle switch and turn it on. Even the cat, just simply because I like the way he looks facing the other way. And so I want that to be taken into account. And then here we go. I'm going to just hit mirror here. And you'll notice it's mirrored because you can't really read it, right? So then we're going to go and hit continue. Okay, so we have two different mats. We have the mat that has the print and cut. Let me show you this. So we have the mat that has the print and cut sensor marks all around it. And this we're going to cut out on the sublimation printer. Okay, this will not work if you cut this out on a regular printer. So if you want to do photos, you really do need to have a sublimation printer or somebody who has one that you can then have them cut out for a sublimation printer. Okay, so this is going to be cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit print and send it to my printer. And you'll see I have a number of printers here. This Epson is my sublimation printer. And I'm actually going to remove bleed and use the system dialog, and I'm going to hit print. Now, this is a little wasteful of your sublimation paper. So what I would recommend is if you're going to be making more than one mug, that you get it all together and cut, do like 3 or 4 pictures at a time. But for this demonstration, just know that, I'm not thinking so much of using my sublimation paper wisely. Okay, so here it is, Epson, and I chose best and actually chose my last used settings, which is actually photo matte paper, and I hit print, and then I will hear my printer, which is actually over here. Now, somebody told me, but I don't know how to get around it, but when I'm using the Epson, I have to hit OK to proceed with it because it doesn't have the paper that it normally is expecting. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? Oh, your cat's name is Baby? Okay, So while that's printing, we can go on to the next mat. Here's our mat. Remember, it's mirrored, and we are going to choose Browse All Materials. We're going to use the drop-down box, choose Iron On, and then we are going to choose Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet right there. Okay, so now it does remind me, make sure the mirror is turned on and the material is ink side up. So here is an Infusible Ink transfer sheet. I think it was Shirley who said she was able to cut out 3 mugs on one sheet of 12 by 12, which oftentimes you will get. You'll get either 2 or 4 sheets on these large boxes. So these are the better value if you're planning on doing a lot of boxes. Now this is what I chose for Penny's mug, and it has, you can see, 4 different colors. This is darker. Now because your cat picture is a little dark, I went lighter on this because I wanted to make sure that that picture is sort of pops out and it's not overrun with being too dark. So think of those things. If your picture is really light, maybe you want to go a little darker. And if it's a little dark, you might want to go a little lighter in your Infusible Ink. So here is Penny's cat's picture, and it's inverted, as you can see, and it has these sensor marks. Now, you guys know, if you've been watching me all week, that I'm having problem with the sensors on my machine not working. So I cannot cut out this for you. I can't show you that, but imagine that I put it onto my mat and I just selected go, and then what it would do is the sensors would come along and go up and down, up and down, up and down, and then side by side, and then up and down. It would kind of stop around here, and then it would cut out this oval very precisely. Unfortunately, mine's not working today. I'm still working with somebody, okay? And then I get to my second mat, which is my Infusible Ink mat. The ink is facing up. So that means if you see this, see how this has like a plastic? That's a transfer sheet. And this is actually the ink. The ink is actually impregnated into this this sheet, okay? And when you heat it up, the ink turns into a gas, and then the gas goes onto your mug, okay? That's how it works. Science! All right, so let me show you how this is going to cut out. So here we go. We put this in, and we hit go. Now, mine is going to, because I have pens, I'm going to need to get an Infusible Ink pen, which I will do right now. Oh, look at that. It's going without me putting the pen in. Interesting. So I should have worked ahead of time and put the pen in. So what I'm going to do is pause this, pause it. Why is my machine not listening to me? Okay, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to get my Infusible Ink pen, wherever it might be. We just fly by the seat of our pants over here, and I can't find any Infusible Ink pens. Ah! Oh, friends. All right, let's pretend that I had an Infusible Ink pen, and I'm going to put it in here before I get started. I'm a doofus. All right, so let's go ahead and do this as if we have. Where did all my pens go? I'm a mess. I really need to take a few days off and just clean. I got stuff everywhere. All right, so it's doing as if it were going to do the pen, okay? And then it will start cutting out the Infusible Ink, just like this because I added the pen, the writing, the name on it after the fact instead of practicing, which is what I do. I do practice each thing before I go on, and I'm usually ready. But anyway, so there it is. It's going to cut out, and when it comes off, I'm going to show you how to weed it, and then I'm going to also plug in my mug again, my mug press, and see if it happened. No, I'm still getting a flashing orange on the mug press. That is not good. What could I have done? I haven't used it in over a week. Okay. So let's just go ahead and cut that out. And so if for whatever reason you're having the same problem as I am, you could cut this out by hand, but I would definitely recommend cutting it out with your machine. It's so much more accurate. But because I didn't have the use of my print and cut, I will show you what I did. All right, so here's my cutout that I did, one of the prior ones that I did before we came on. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to peel away this and keep this, by the way, because you could do something with it with your infusible ink. And then you'll see this is the other saying. It says Cat Mom. So I'm going to just bend and peel these little pieces out of the design. Be careful because some of them are sort of small and you might accidentally peel off the inside of a letter. Like there, I thought maybe that was going to happen there, but it didn't. So we're going to peel it just like this. All right, and I have to get the whiskers. Of course I have to get the whiskers. All right. 1, 2, 3. Come on, third whisker. Gonna get off. Okay, so there's my infusible ink. Let's show you the one we just did. You see, let's take it off of the mat. You can't see me, but I'm bending my mat. And then I'm going to just take my scissors and cut off, because I'm only using part of that 12 by 12 sheet. It does mean it's connecting. I don't know. It's blinking and there's no heat. It means it's connecting. I don't know. Let's see what. Maybe it does, but it's hard to do when I'm online doing a tutorial. It's so hard to try to troubleshoot when I'm doing that. Okay, so these little pieces I'm going to keep. And again, I'm going to weed out this circle or oval. And then I'm going to take and weed out with my fingers. You don't need a weeding tool. And you're going to just pull out these pieces on the other side. Okay? I'm going to read your comments in a second. So I'm pulling out these little things just like this. Okay. So once I have this done, and again, this one was supposed to have like writing here and that would just appear here. But once I have this done, then I would adhere it to my mug. Oops, be careful here because I have a little thing here. All right. So I would just keep peeling away until I had this. Okay. Then I would take my picture of Holly's cat and I would just kind of, for the fun of it, for the sake of it, just make sure it's going to fit in there facing you. It's not going to be put it on your mug facing you. Instead, when you think about it, it's going to be put on the mug this way, right? Oh yeah, actually it does face you. Oh my gosh. I need I need some help or something. All right. So anyway, we're going to wrap the mug with our infusible ink, just like this. And we are going to need some tape because we are putting in that picture facing the mug, okay? So just like this. And we're going to need some tape to secure it on there because we don't want a gap. When you have a gap, it causes problems with the infusible ink not coming up as bright as we want it to, okay? So you really need to make sure that your infusible ink paper is really on that mug. And we do that by using the transfer tape, using the transfer sheet if we can, or we do it by using heat resistant tape. All right, so I'm just going to do this. I want to have kind of the same space between either side of the handle. So let's try this right here. It's not permanently there. All right, that sort of looks not quite. All right, so move it over just like this. Okay. Wow, I'm really distressed about the about the mug press. Can you tell? I'm so distressed. I am though. I'm like, it's just not my week, I don't think. Now, look, if you have extra, you can do a couple of things. You could trim it on the bottom, and I would suggest that you do, because we want this to go on the mug press, like laying flat on the bottom of the mug press. Now, what happens is that there's extra up here. You can do a couple of things. You can leave this on, and I would suggest taping, and then this part of the infusible ink will go on the lip of the mug. And don't worry, because none of this is, like harmful with, your by drinking out of it, because it's not, right? I know. Sorry, Susan. I'm just so depressed about the mug press. I have deep mug press depression. All right, so we're going to use our heat resistant tape, and this has to be heat resistant tape. Please don't use regular tape. You will possibly end up with a problem on your end result, okay? But I'm using this heat resistant tape, and I can use it in a lot of places, but I want you to consider that here where it's cut out, you need to really make sure that it is on your mug like this, you see? Because if not, see how it kind of lifts? And I don't want that. I mean, it might be kind of an interesting effect, but I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're putting the tape all around. It's on the very bottom here. Now, I could leave this up here, or I could come around and trim this if I wanted to. I think, let's try it with the trimming. This is how I would trim it, sort of like this. And I did put tape there. I could come back and take that tape out. All right. Make sure that we have none. And again, this is up to you. Do it the way you want to do it. But I kind of like it having a straight line here. All right. And then we have our mug ready to press. This one here says Cat Mom, and it has the picture here. Now, I wish my mug press was working, and I want to see, somebody already looked at, Rita needs a tape dispenser. I think somebody sent me, I think Guadalupe was sending one. I don't know. All right, so I don't know. I'm trying to scroll back. I'll have to read later, but there's something wrong with my mug press. But pretend there was nothing wrong with my mug press. I would heat it up, and then I would put it into my mug press over here. See what I'm talking about? There's my mug press, and the red light is flashing. I've tried several times, and I unplugged it, but it didn't work. Or it hasn't seemed to be working. It's not heating up at all. So I haven't done anything strange with it. So maybe I need to somehow connect it, activate it. I don't know. It was working great last week. But anyway, so we're going to put it in here once it's heated up and this light turns green. And then we would close this like this. All right, and be mindful of where your handle's going to stick out. We would then wait for the 5 lights to go through their cycle, which means we're waiting for all of these 5 lights to come up to 5. And then you'll get a beep, lift this part, and then take this out carefully. It's going to be very hot. Do not touch this part, just the handle. And you should also consider that if you take it out, do put it on something that's not going to be affected by the heat. It's very hot. So for instance, here, I have one of these like self-healing mats. If I put it on here, it would warp my self-healing mat. So I would suggest you put it on like a table or surface that's not, or maybe even if you have an easy press mat would be a great way. And then when it's cooled off, you're going to peel it away and you will have a beautiful mug that says Cat Mom and with Penny's cat. And then I also put this Best Cat Mom, and this one was of my Frankie. And I'm sorry that I can't show you how to really do this. What if I weed the white paper is shown instead of taking the whole lettering out? Okay, I'm not following that. You scraped what out? What did you scrape out? All right. If I pressed the power button more than 5 seconds, all right, let me try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Got to contact my friends over at Cricut because I'm already actually in conversation with them. So it's not a big deal. So I hope that this is something that you guys at least found some interest in. And particularly if you have a sublimation printer, this is a great way to use the Infusible ink with a sublimated photo together on a mug. Now, I've done this also with just sublimation photos, and I can show you how. And I, of course, will let you know what I found out because I always come back and tell you guys everything. So I will let you know what's going on with my mug press because it shouldn't do that. But I'm not going to freak out. So, okay. So that is kind of today's lesson. I apologize for all of the problems here, but I hope that you learned how to, for instance, put your pens there and how to do your cutouts and how to upload your photos to create a really pretty Cat Mom mug. She did. Leilani did it as their first project with the photo mug. So Penny, I'm going to have to get once I get my thing fixed, I'm going to have to get your address and I can send. And Shirley, if I find your image, or if anybody else sent me an image, I will do the same thing with that, and you might have to give me your address. So, okay, that's it. Now tomorrow is Friday, and we are having our Zoom monthly Zoom call for the month of May. And what I decided to do was I'm going to set up the giveaway for the joy, as we did. And as I promised, we're going to do the giveaway for the joy so that everybody knows how to enter that. And then we're going to do it as kind of as a topic, a show and tell. I really think people they've been like doing amazing things, and they've been posting a lot of them in the group, but I'd love to share them on the Zoom. So bring with you whatever you feel is your best work or something you're particularly proud of. So if you made a wonderful card or a mug or a sign, t-shirt, whatever, bring it. So we'll do show and tell so you all can just kind of show off what your favorite thing in the world is. And I will pick winners from that, okay? I'll pick a winner or two from those folks. So yes, that wolf, oh, nice. I'd love to see that, Shirley. So that is tomorrow night at 7:00. We're still going to have our daily show tomorrow morning, and it's 3D Friday. So I am going to show you, if you'd like, I'm going to show you 2 box cards that are from Lori Whitlock, but they are like baskets. One is a basket of violets and the other one is a basket of strawberries. I get sort of strawberry crazy this time of year. And so I want to do that, or I want to do the envelope box cards that she has just been doing. If you have any particular interests or you want to see something in particular, let me know. Then we'll be off on Saturday because I have a class to teach, and then Sunday is my off day, and then we'll be back on Monday, and hopefully all of my problems will be resolved. Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. I will let you know what is going on here and how they are fixing it, because this is not good. You know, I'm starting to think I'm like my mother. My mother has this electrical energy field thing where she says things don't work properly in her presence. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. You want to do an envelope box card? I thought so. Okay, we'll do those. We'll do the envelope box cards. A lot of people probably just purchased them when she had her sale. Okay. All right, everyone. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. I hope you get some crafting in, and take care of yourselves. Bye.